Let's paint a fairy today. So this painting is all about contrast. I'm going to use all warm colors for my background, and taking my mop brush, I want it to look like the sun is shining in from the corner. So see how I'm doing curved strokes from the corner out? And then I dipped right into orange and just keep making those strokes wider and wider. Dipping right into red then towards my left hand bottom corner. It's going to be almost all red, but you can blend in some of the orange. Don't forget the corner there. And then once you have that, I'm going to just add expression strokes of yellow and white in there too, however you want to do it. That way it looks like the sun is radiating from that top right corner. And then make sure the background is completely dry because I want you to take a pencil and sketch a silhouette of a fairy. Now, I wanted mine kneeling, but you could have yours in all different positions. But I'm going to show you how to freehand a kneeling fairy. So I sketched mine out. I'm going to take a detail brush and first do an oval. Now, do you see how this oval has a flat side? Now, whatever side you put the flat side is where she's looking. So if she's looking up, it's going to be tilted up. And if it's straight, it's going to be looking straight. But I'm going to do that and then fill it in. See my flat side right there? And then you decide what you want to do for a profile. So I'm just going to do a little jut out for a nose, 2 little jut outs for some lips, and do a chin. Don't make her chin too wide. Now on the back side of her head, do a backwards C with a line coming out. And on the right side, follow the curve of her chin and do a long letter C coming down. And then do a curve for the breast area and a line going straight off for her arm. A backwards S on the back side here does the bottom of her. And you don't have to do a foot, but I'm going to do a little jut out here for a foot area. If you want it to look like she's kneeling even more, leave a little bit of orange in that bottom right-hand corner. And then do a triangle of some kind so you can tell the difference between the arm and the legs. And then fill in your shape. Now make it your own. Really have fun with this. If you're not sure what to do, look up free fairy images online. You can come up with a ton of inspiration from that. That's what I did, and that's where I got inspiration for a kneeling fairy, which I think works perfect for this. Now, once you have it all filled in, we have to do the part where the wings are connected to the body, so that's still going to be black. We're going to go from black to color. So do some lines like this coming out, and then grab a size 5 round brush. Now, I'm going to do all cool colors so that there's high contrast. Remember I said this is all about contrast today. And taking some bright blue, I'm going to start the shape of my wings. So I'm going to have a bottom wing and a top wing. It's up to you what style you do. If you need ideas, look at ideas from actual butterflies. You can look up pictures of butterflies to get different shapes. But when I think fairy, I think pointed. So these are going to be a little bit more pointed. And once you get your shape, start doing expression strokes. I'm not going to fill it in completely with this color, but I'm sticking with the curve and just doing a couple different strokes in my wing. You can shape it a little bit more then. And then I'm going to clean it off and dip into some purple and start filling it in even more with expression strokes. And with each color, you're going to keep filling in the orange. So once you get all the colors in there, you shouldn't see any more orange left. Don't be afraid to blend it, but you don't want it to blend too much. So if you struggle with that, you can dry it in between. I am blending mine. My colors are not dry while I'm doing this because I know we're going to have a couple different steps. I'm going to dry what I have and then grab a size 3 round brush and start outlining my wing. Now we're going to do some detail with some black. So fill in an area where it's connected again and start having lines coming out going along with the curves of your wings. Now, you know how butterfly wings have like long cat eye, teardrop type shapes coming out? I'm going to do a whole bunch of those. Really have fun with it. Now, abstract paintings can be a little harder. You have to just go with the flow. So just really let your brush flow and see what happens. I'm even looking what happened when I was filling it in and going off of some of those. But if you don't like how you filled it in, you can totally change the direction. Now, I'm also going to take some white paint, and with the same brush, after I cleaned it off, I'm going to outline the outside of the wings, almost like highlights, and bring in different expression strokes in between. Now, I'm even going to add some in where the black is not overlapping. And then before the white dries, I'm going to go in with even more color and start filling in some of those cat-eyed teardrop shapes that we made. Do you see the difference between the top wing and the bottom wing now? It just makes it look more flowy and less stagnant. I'm going to do that with all the colors all the way around. Let's dry it so we can do a couple more black strokes. You can re-outline anything you accidentally went over. And then you can add some more highlights in too if you want. And then we have to give her a hairdo. You thought I was going to leave her bald, didn't you? You could leave her bald. Some women look beautiful with bald heads, but I'm going to do a simple bun. So slightly curved counterclockwise strokes. I'm going to do some hair on the top of her head, give her a bun. I always think of Tinkerbell when I think fairies, so I can't help it. Again, any hairstyle you want. I'm going to do a little curve at the bottom of her head, so it looks like her hair is down there too. And let's not give her so much of a forehead, so a couple more counterclockwise strokes there. Perfect. And then it's up to you what you want in the right-hand corner, but I wanted butterflies to go along with her butterfly wings. So just do a line and 2 wings on either side. I'm going to have a bigger butterfly here, and then have a slightly smaller one up here, and an even smaller one up towards the right-hand top corner. That way it looks like they're flying away from her. So I like to just do a simple outline, and then you can go back in and shape them a little bit more, going along with the silhouette. Gonna do some white highlights for the bodies. And grab a toothpick. I love to take black paint and dot in some flight patterns, so you can have really fun with that. And then let's add some pixie dust. So I'm gonna take a flat brush, doesn't matter what size, but water down a little bit of black paint and smack it over top of a handle. I'm even gonna do some white over top of the wing area on the left-hand side. Ooh, I like that. Just don't be like me, cover your fairy. But don't worry, if some gets on her, you can just paint it black again. It's all okay. And then I'm gonna go even further and add glitter paint. Now, remember, glitter paint is white going on. It's gonna look milky, but it dries clear. So anything you want to shimmer, you can paint with this paint, and it looks so cool when it's done. I'm only gonna do the colored areas in the fairy wing. I'm going to avoid all the black lines because you're gonna get, again, some really cool contrast. See, it looks milky there, but when it dries, it's going to look something like this. Woo! So the brand I used, this color in particular does have a green shimmer, so be cautious of that whenever you're picking out a glitter paint, but I think it worked perfect for this. Hope you had a magical time, have fun with it, make it your own. I really can't wait to see how these turn out.